Hi everybody, welcome back to videos from the Balance Mantra. My name is Megha and I'm here to inspire you today to think about what is it that is really holding you back from getting healthier. I know a lot of us really believe that healthy eating can be a little bit boring. We feel like it's going to be so depriving if we actually go ahead and start eating those health foods. It's gonna feel uncool if we're eating all of those healthy foods. And I'm here to tell you that that is so not true. I remember the first time that I started to actually think about eating healthy. It was probably one of the first lectures that I was listening to when I was enrolled in my health coaching integrative nutrition program. And I remember listening to the first one of our lecturers who was talking about reishi mushrooms, raw cacao powder, maca powder, all of these really exotic superfoods that I was like, oh my God, that means that I will have to change my life completely, and it's going to take so much effort, and even more than that, it's actually going to make me look so weird amongst my friends, and it's also going to feel like I'm such a high maintenance kind of person. But I realized that it doesn't have to be so. If I started to make changes one after the other, and I took only one little step at a time, it actually became more fun to introduce all of those new foods into my diet instead of phasing out all of those things that I did not like. I decided to actually bring in all of those foods that I really enjoyed eating. And it was so fun. I started to eat, all of these beautiful things like almond butter. I started to eat things like organic grass-fed eggs. I started to like eating more and more whole grains because I could just, bring in those whole grains, maybe 3 or 4 different types of whole grains, and then just play with it, like do something different with it every single day. One day I would have it as breakfast, sweetened with some honey. Another day I would just stir fry it with some vegetables. Sometimes I would just add it to a salad and put in like some really nice interesting dressings to it. I think it was just completely looking at it in a different way. As long as I decided to have fun with it, it was actually fun. And also the biggest step that I remember telling myself to take is make it really into bite-sized pieces. Instead of going ahead and doing a full overhaul, I actually just took one step at a time, and it was so fun to do it because I celebrated every single win. And sometimes when things didn't go right with my experiments, I would just move ahead with it instead of feeling really bad about it. So that's how healthy eating actually became so fun for me. And I also realized that when I started to eat this way, I felt so much more clear in my head. My thinking was so much more simple and clearer than when I ate all of those foods. Because at the end of the day, the food that we eat actually affects our mental state to a really large extent. So when I started to eat all of these amazing things and I felt so much more energetic, I also noticed clarity in my thought process, and that made me feel really amazing. For example, when you come back home from a workout and you're really feeling amazing in your body, you automatically gravitate towards foods that will keep you feeling that way. Instead of reaching out for a really heavy meal, you'd really like to eat something that makes you feel nourished and actually keeps your energy levels going. Isn't it? I just want to tell you today that healthy eating doesn't have to be boring. And in fact, if you want to make it fun, that is exactly what it's going to be. And it's never uncool, it's never high maintenance, unless that's what you make it. I just want to tell you from my own experience that I never ever felt deprived when I started to eat more healthy because I let myself take one step at a time. And if I did reach out for something that I felt wasn't great for my body, I did not allow myself to feel guilty. In fact, I just told myself that it was okay to go ahead and indulge once in a while because I did not want to be really stuck up. As long as I followed a rule which I really love, which is called the 90-10 rule. 90% of the time, I ate healthy and something that really felt nourishing to my body. And 10% of the times, I ate something that was, that felt like an indulgence. And I did not beat myself up about it. And those 90% of times, even that actually felt more like my body was leading me towards it, one step at a time. And it did not feel depriving at all. So really want to encourage you to give it a go. If you've been sitting on the fence about changing the way you're eating, if you've been thinking about going ahead and buying those flax seeds and trying out that chia seed pudding, or if you've been wanting to try more superfoods in your diet and you've been like, oh, that's probably not for me, well, I would just say please go ahead and give it a shot. At the end of the day, what matters most is how you feel on a diet like that, and that is going to help you to find your own rhythm. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you felt inspired by it, please go ahead and share it with your friends today. Remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can stay updated with my latest videos. I would love to connect with you. My newsletter sign up button is below so that you don't miss any updates from me. Please go ahead and sign up for the newsletter right now. Have a beautiful day and eat well. Take care. Bye-bye.